streaming. Just give it a second or two for things on this end. Yeah, okay, cool. Then I'll go to my what was that? There. Okay, stream manager bitrate is looking solid. Right, pretty cool. Just give me 1 minute. In the meantime, I'll be loading up the whatever dungeon we have today. Just goes like whatever. Plunk, plunk, plunk. Alright. Now, what do we want to do here? Well, first of all, we want to make sure to give him the debuff again, which makes him take more damage on every hit. And only then do we do Chuck, which does a lot of hits, so that we get the extra benefit of the debuff already being present. And with this one turn, first I've already done. That's what I tend to do on these kind of streams. I first do whatever dungeon we have, and then we actually get to the challenge. Right, okay. Oh, we don't have any healers. Oh, that can be a bit of an issue. I mean, like, I guess technically with this whole power thing, the rage ability, that's kind of a non-issue, but still. I probably should have gone for the tanking ability. Oh well. For next time, unless there's not really any relevant. There is. Okay, well, you know they get a boost if we have high combat, a high rage city, I mean. So, no, we just eliminate them like that. Can't really have the rage city effect if you're already out of the running. Right, and here, first and foremost, just take out their healer. Not just about any sort of strategy game. Make sure they can't heal, and only then you actually try and take out the others. Ooh, okay, things are getting a bit dicey now. Let me just make sure that he can tank for the blues. Jim, Jake, and Jay, I believe. Okay, good. Not good. No, as a matter of fact, you should attack. And of course you attacked the wrong one, and then I also goofed up. Oh well. Now, do we go for a heal, or do we just go for a full attack? Let's go for a heal. Just fucking hell. Alright, change of plans. We're just gonna run you. And then we're gonna have you do an attack over there. Okay. Now we can heal, so that's pretty cool. Alright, then we do another attack over here. And then it also doesn't really matter which one you attack. Oh, nice, we got the chain attack, so that means that one is also taken out already. And then we just do you for the coins, and mission accomplished. Alright, let me just... Yeah, sorry. This is like a very bad desk setup I have here, but unfortunately I can't really get anything better. So it's just how it has to be. Alright, let me just quickly go here, see if we can roll a sort of good weapon. Alright. Of course, garbage. And then the advertisement. Since when do they have hoverboards? Like what in the... I was just gonna say what in the subway servers, and then for some fucking reason they actually did subway servers. I cannot believe this. I knew they were getting ridiculous with things, but this is like actually ridiculous. Eh? And it didn't even give us our reward? Ah, great. Oh, just another thing that happens with the game being all broken. Sorry, how many did we have? Okay, 10,175. Okay, solid. Right, so now it is time for Chuck to... give me a second. Okay. Should be solved now. And then, well, you know, it's already AoE, so we don't really have to worry about like effects of the items. And the ones we have now are set items, even if they aren't part of the same set. So we're just gonna keep that as it is. And now we're actually gonna get into the challenge. So, you know, disable the other birds and go. Oh, that's also pretty nice for this one. You can just tap it to make it attack. So, you know, you don't even have to drag it. Also because there isn't like any difference in how much damage this does. So you can just make it attack and then that's it. Which is pretty neat, you know, it's just a tap. You don't have to worry about like... That also means, yeah, that you don't have to worry about different strategies of like balancing the ally ability and the combat ability, because both will be the same thing. Right, let me just do something on my end. Shouldn't affect you. Okay, cool. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, let's continue down this lane. And as always, like the first few rounds are gonna be pretty quick, pretty easy, and nothing really happens. You know, you just boop, and then boop, and then boop. And he's dead. He's gone. He's dealt with. Destroyed. Destroyed. maybe I shouldn't have set stream time to be after a day of working on my essay, but well. It happened. Ooh, worthless stuff. Yay, my favorite. Okay, now this one is a wave battle, but not that it matters a whole lot because that's the first wave dealt with in a single attack, and that's the second wave dealt with also in a single attack. Yeah, it's really nice with Chuck that you don't really have to worry about targeting enemies. So at least with most forms of him. No, it's just it's either enough or it's not. It's not like, oh hey, it's less for different enemies, or oh hey, you need to prioritize this one. It's just whoop. We didn't have to worry about bird catchers, which could then, you know, stun you. It's just whoop. Just do your attack. And continue. It just works like that. Also important in this challenge, we won't use items or the video boost. No, it's just like, what can the bird do purely by itself? Alright, I guess I can do that one. So, sorry, that's like the whole switch system I have over here. I mean, I call it a system, but it's just like switches I can flick to be like, oh hey, I've done this or done that. No, it's not even hooked up to anything. It's just like the fact that you've got like the visual feedback. No, I might make a photo of that and share it in the server. Did I just hit the cave again? I think I did. Sorry, it's been a while since I did this kind of stream, so you're gonna have to forgive me for being a little less alert than normal. Fortunately, with Chuck, it's not that much of a loss because he's pretty quick with the groups. Where we noticed that Red struggled a bit, and even if he didn't, it was still like, oh, take out one, and take out another, and take out another, and another, and another, and another, and another, right? You know, here with Chuck, at least he got like the crowd control. Ooh, wow, what a cool advertisement! If only it wasn't fucking stupid. Yes, sorry, I am very vocal about how much I hate Rovio Slop, which includes everything from December 2015 onwards, or 2014 even, I believe. Like that's when they released Pop, I believe. I didn't even have the decency to wait until, you know, it was like 2015. Unbelievable. But hey, at least they've still got Epic running. I mean, it's not supported, but they've got like the central server running, so you can still play the game. So that's cool. I mean, like, even if they didn't, I'm certain that the modding community could do something. But then it still feels like a bit risky having to do like modded APKs and whatever. As I was just using the official thing as it is. Oh, right, sorry, that's a pen. I should probably put that away because I have a habit of clicking pens when they're in my hands during stream. So, put that away. Out of sight. Yes, good. Okay. Now here's another wave just taken out like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Very cool, very neat. Dun, dun, dun. Ah, right, yes, the ice cream stick. You know, I had a bit of ice cream before stream. It was dessert for my dinner. And my dinner was a bit late, so that's why stream is a bit late as well. But we're going now. We're going. And we are climbing up this mountain of the Cobalt Plateaus and making our way to the very first castle. Which probably, again, will be a one-shot for the final wave also. Like, at this point I haven't even had to use the chili. And that's pretty neat, because... Oh, hi Raven, welcome back. What's that emote actually? Let me see. Yeah. What's it? Wood face. That's quite an expression. But yeah, hi, welcome. Alright. I am doing fine, alright? Yeah, you know, like I'm a bit tired from working on uni today, but now I'm just here and I'm picking up this challenge, and it's been a while since I did that, so that's also nice. So yeah, overall I'm doing pretty fine, especially because I made a decent chunk of progress on the project I had to work on. You know, like all that's left now is just the finishing touches and just double checking some things. That's cool, and I'll get to that tomorrow. You know, like well rested, and then also like fresh eyes. So I am studying English, you know, the language. Of course, another advertisement. Yeah, that's the annoying thing about Angry Birds Epic, because it's online. You still have to deal with the advertisements. Bro is struggling a bit with his face, it appears. But yeah, I'm studying English, and today I was working on a project for that. And my end of terms are coming up, but so far I'm actually managing somehow, so that's really neat. Well, the language itself, you know, like you have to learn the phonetic alphabet, and also things like sentence structure and word formation. Then the history of the language, and also some related cultural things like specific playwrights, for example, Shakespeare, and also some more modern things. So yes, linguistics is a pretty big chunk of that, yeah. And how about you? Like, are you studying anything, or are you working? That's Hamlet, I believe. It would be very embarrassing to get that wrong. Oh, and we're already at the first castle, so that's really cool. Oh, and also, let me just tell you that MOA is such an annoying style sheet to work with. I've had to use it for multiple projects at this point, and oh, I still don't like it, and I don't think I ever will. And with that, I believe it's already the final wave, surely? And I think indeed a single attack should do the trick, yeah. He's just gone. And our damage, which is AoE damage, which also means that it's always like less per unit than an equivalent strength bird. Shakespeare's play, right, okay. But yeah, equivalent strength birds would always have like lesser damage for AoE per target, because you know it's not concentrated. Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't exactly be balanced. But yeah, you know, Shakespeare and also a bunch of other authors. You even have to watch a few films. And then you also see like, oh hey, what are some sort of plot lines? What are some sort of principles that are at play? And also like, and for things like plays, it's also like, well, how are they performed, and what are those choices, and how do they affect how you see the story or interpret the story? You work and you study at the same time. You're like an apprentice. Right. That's for things like the trades, right? Yeah. No, I do hope that is going well for you. Ooh, nice money. I always like money. It's really cool. Dun, 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 dun. It's not going well. And what kind of study is it? Like what's the subject or topic? And in the meantime, I'll be going into this cave to eliminate a few pigs. I believe this is one of the levels that appears after you need to do something with the ship. I think that some parts are stolen and they have to recover them. Instead of just like properly destroying the parts, the pigs are just like, come and get it, and then you come and get it and, you know, destroy them. The pigs, that is. But yeah, like if it's not going well, then I do hope it improves, you know. Maybe you've got some sort of study advisor or something in place to try and help with that. No, like you seem cool. So your father is a construction site manager, so when he was young, he kind of forced. Oh, right. You know, like just being forced into a career path because, oh, that's the family business or that's the tradition or whatever. Yeah, that's not cool. But you know, I wish you all the best in however it is that you could possibly deal with that. Because you know, like you seem cool. You seem like you deserve a joy in life. I mean, like that's kind of the default also. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, moving on. Well, you're in your second year out of 3, so you will finish the last year because you need the money to pay off debts, but after that you're going to start a new study. Oh, okay. And what's that new study going to be? Like after you've done this one? Oh, like will it still be related to the trades, or will it just be something that's more in the books? It is something else entirely? Well, I'm curious. And in the meantime, I'll just say a few things about this game. You know, because so far all you've seen me do is use the ally ability, and that's because with this bird, if you use the ally ability on itself, it is the same as using an attack. But for most other birds it differs, right? So, you know, an attack is red and highlights an enemy, and an ally ability, you know, does something else. except for this bird, the ally ability is making the bird attack. And because it's an AoE unit, it doesn't matter which enemy you target. So that means there is zero difference between using the ally ability on itself or making it attack someone. Oh, you've got no idea about the study? I mean, like, I do hope you get that figured out. Life experience can inspire you. So no, I'm certain that at some point you'll be able to discover what it is that you're passionate about or interested in. And with that, we are progressing quite nicely through the gold plateaus. I do need to remember to go to the side path over there, but seeing as there's only 2 levels over here, I will just finish that up real quick. Ah yes, Monty. So smug when you first encounter him, and now instantly gone. Haha. Dun 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 dun. Oh, also, let me just say that I absolutely love the soundtrack of this game. Like it does get a bit tiring when you play hours and hours and hours of it. Like with this challenge. But since it's been a few weeks, it sort of refreshes. Sort of like with any kind of song. It's like, okay, yeah, sure. Like you listen it too much, then you get tired of it. But then if you don't listen for a while, you can listen to it again. What about me? What's my job plan? Well, I am looking at either becoming a teacher, like teaching the English language, or translator. But then not like translating live, but just translating text. Because I am bilingual, so I am also fluent in Dutch as well. So then if there's something that needs translating from Dutch to English or vice versa, then I could do that. In fact, there's like a few personal translation projects I've got planned anyway. But like I'll get to it when I have the time and energy to. Yeah, I am Dutch, born and raised. Or in other words, ik ben Nederland, geboren en getogen. Nederlands. Sorry, I forgot the S there. Din, 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 din. And you? What about you? Like, sure, your username is English, but so is mine, so it doesn't have to say a whole lot. There's also a lot of people with like Japanese usernames, even though they're English or something else. Oh, no fucking way. You're Dutch as well? What are the odds? I mean, I guess for like time zones, it sort of makes sense, but even then, like the Netherlands is pretty small, right? So then with all the people that are like in the time zone where it would be reasonable, all 3 of your friends are Dutch. Huh. Right, well that's cool. Your neighbors with so German? I mean like that's close enough. Dun, 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 dun. Right. I do sometimes mention German driving habits though. So, you know, like, it's nothing personal. It's just that a lot of you don't know how to drive. So, you know, especially if it's some sort of driving game that I'm playing, then you might hear a few words. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, okay, cool. You understand. That's nice. Yeah, and it honestly surprises me because like Germany has a ton of mountains and shit. So if anything, you should be driving better. So it's kind of impressive to be driving worse then. Dun, 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 dun. There was something that I wanted to. Oh yes, right. I remember now. You know, because I am curious about like the people that join my community, and also about like the how and why. Now for you, I've got like a bit of an idea since you also mentioned that you were playing the game at the moment. So my guess is that you joined because you looked in the teardown category and saw me streaming there. But you know, if it's something different, then you know, by all means, let me know. Because I always like to know. Oh yes, this level. Right, okay, this one is definitely gonna need a chili. But even then, I don't know if we can eliminate this guy in time. Because, yeah, he's a pretty strong boy. Like, it's only one more hit and we are taken out. Fortunately though, there are no alternative strategies, which means I can just sort of let this be. Oh, Teardown and VTuber. Ah, cool. So you were looking for VTubers in the Teardown category. Yeah, I guess you could do that, but from what I've seen, Teardown is already a pretty small category, so if you then also filter a VTuber, then there's also a pretty decent chance that there's just not gonna be anyone. But yeah, no. Fortunately, I was streaming at the time, and he found me. Yay! Let's see, how much health does this one have? Maybe we should go for the rage ability. I genuinely only watch VTubers. Yeah, I saw something about VTuber, yeah, on your bio, yeah. Because that's also a thing I do. Like if someone follows, or even if they just chat, then after stream, I will check their account and see what they're all about. But yeah, that's really cool of you. Yeah, I also regularly look for VTubers, but then instead of any specific game, I focus on femboys. And I found a few cute ones, but not really any that I want to follow just yet. So but you know, maybe someday. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I do have a few in my community at this point. Or well, yeah, right. Yes, indeed, 2 in my community. So that's really cool. You know, it's not stalking if it's literally right out there and it's like 1 or 2 clicks away. Although sometimes if they do have different platforms linked, I do like to check that. But I don't recall whether you did. But yeah, I just want a bit of a general idea. I don't like devote an entire day to it or something. No, I've got many things to do, and I've only got so much time and energy. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, pirate level. Let's go. Instant elimination. din din din. Din 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 din. Also, if you do want to hang out after stream or just send messages or whatever, then we also do have a Discord which you can check out if you want to. That is, like, it's also no pressure because we chill. But yeah, just letting you know. Oh wow, yay, another advertisement. Hey, hello, would you like some advertisements? No, would you like some games with your advertisements? Oh, wait, sorry, let me just read that. You have no problem with Femway at all, if you don't really care. I mean, like, that's entirely fair, by the way, like... you have Instagram, YouTube, Discord. Sorry, I need to focus on that one message first. I mean, like, that makes sense. At least you're not negative, right? You know, like, you don't have to, like, actually be interested in something to just be chill with it. But the fact that you're chill with it is already also another sign that you're cool. And also, like, if you weren't, you probably wouldn't have stuck around anyway. And you didn't follow because Femway, but because... Oh, I looked cool. Nice. Oh, that's really nice to hear, actually. Because I designed and drew this model myself. And also, like, I drew it by mouse because I didn't have a drawing tablet. So it's not, like, the best it could be. So to hear that someone likes it is always nice. Always nice. So thank you. Thank you. Dun, dun. But yeah, I might check out your stuff sometime. Yeah, you're open-minded. So like, do you then also go by Raven, or is it like in my case that you have a username but you go by something else? Dun, dun, dun. You know, like it differs from creator to creator. Dun, 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 dun. Because right now I'm just calling you by the only noun in your username, which is a rather reasonable default to go with, of course. Like, if there's anything else, then just let me know and I'll try to remember. Wait, what? What? Sorry, it appears my brain cells got turned off. I do not want to play more levels with Avenger. Because that is the single worst class in this game. Oh, you follow me everywhere. Oh, that's really nice of you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Okay, so now I have the right bird. Which, you know, Thunderbolts and Lightning, very, very frightening. You know, like it's literally a lightning bird. Like Chuck, I think like 3 of his classes at least do like attack with lightning, but this one is actually called Lightning Bird. So then the Thunderbolts and Lightning was just the most perfect thing. Yes, I have 1.17k subscribers on YouTube. That is correct. You know, that is what the number reports. And I believe it's actually closer to 1.18k even. No, it's like 175 or 176 last time I checked. Yeah, I used to... Big shot feature. Oh, absolutely not. You know, most of those subscribers came from when I posted out of context Hermitcraft clips. And I had like a year or so where I very regularly posted out of context Hermitcraft clips with like most insane sentences. I mean, it did get me to a few subscriber and view milestones. But yeah, when it came to like actual original content, it's what 10% or less of that. You know, when you look at like watch time and subscribers and total interaction, and those are the ones where I do value the interaction more, because hey, you know, it's something that I was more creative with, or that I put more effort into, or more thought. You know, it's something that's more like actually my stuff. Also, big shots. Have you ever heard of this game called Deltarune and this character called Spamton? Now's your chance to be a big shot. Yeah, that's one of the few Deltarune soundtracks that I actually have in my playlist. So, I really like the sound of it. It's got a nice little active beat, and also the really cool effects, like the little bits of speech. Oh, and also a remix of some Ace Attorney track. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm just a whole random topic. So I should probably give a bit of context. So, well, first of all, you might have heard of Undertale. It's like niche, or well, at least it's indie, but it's still well heard about. But you know, just in case, Undertale is this RPG made by Toby Fox, and it's got pretty expensive lore and multiverse stuff, and I barely understand any of that. I just know mostly the surface things, or I guess beneath the surface, because the game takes place underground. Haha. Let's see what I did there. Okay. But Deltarune is like a related game, and there's something with like the two games also being related, even though the characters are a bit different, and the same characters are like also portrayed differently because they're on the surface and they're living more normal-ish lives. And then you have Deltarune, yeah. And in, I believe, the second chapter, you go into a sort of digital dimension, because you're like working with computers in that chapter. And then, wow, you enter the computer world. And then there's a bunch of different computer-themed characters. And one of them is Spamton, which, as the name might imply, is sort of based on the general idea of those spam emails. And one of his like catchphrases, or his goal even, is big shot, and he wants to be some sort of big shot. He lost me after the second sentence, but I mean that. Like I'm thinking of how to explain this on the spot, which also means that the sentence structure might be a little unclear. But yeah, Spamton. Oh, okay, so Deltarune is related to Undertale, and in Deltarune there is a chapter where you go into a computer world. It's ADHD. It's fine. It's fine. You know, like you're trying. Like, it's fine. You know. But yeah, right, so computer world and computer themed characters, and then Swampton is based off of those spam emails of random advertisements, and the modern equivalent would be something like crypto or whatever. And one of his catchphrases is like, "Now's your chance to be a big shot," or like whenever he tries to advertise something, often it relates to the potential of being a big shot. And yes, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think of something to say. Yes. Ah, yes, okay. And then there's also the fact that this speech tends to have like something that's between those square brackets and all caps, which, you know, a lot of the time it's like a specific focus. You know, it's sort of like, oh hey, a placeholder is being filled in. But there's also hyperlink blocked, which makes sense because of course if you got those scam sites and they're taken down, then they're no longer online, you know, and the hyperlink is blocked, you know. So that's sort of what that idea is. But yeah, catchphrase big shot. So, you know, that's why it made me think of that. And there's also this soundtrack called Big Shot, which focuses on that character. And also one of the phrases is, "Now's your chance to be a big shot." And it's a really cool soundtrack. So then I instantly also thought of the soundtrack because like it's all related to each other. That I don't care about your McDonald's nonsense. I just want to play a game. And I really should watch some gameplay of the later chapters because I think I only watched 1 and 2. But then I think the person that I watched doing that stopped playing that game even when the new chapters came out. So I probably need to find some other gameplay so that I'm like fully caught up on the story and things. Because I do like it, especially like my favorite character from Deltarune isn't Swampton, even though Swampton is really cool and fun, but it's Rousey, because he is a really cute fluffy goat, and so I like him. And also most of the art I post is of that character. And I even have a few buttons of him. I mean, like, I would show you, but I don't have a camera enabled, of course. No, it's a PNG chewer. And also, if I did, then it probably wouldn't be a good idea to like switch to just open view anyway. But yeah, computer world, character, catchphrase, big shots, spam based character. Wow. Yeah, so then when you said big shot, I instantly thought of that. And yeah, that's the simple version of it. Oh, it's the key points. I see your Dutch friends have taught you the language well. And they really helped to give you the finest parts of the Dutch vocabulary to expand your mental lexicon with. Also, if in relation to what did you say that? Because like in game we're still winning, and I did end up managing to like give the explanation for the context, and like it also didn't seem like it would be a bad result. So yeah. Yes, it does. But you know, again, like, what's the context? honestly, it would be kind of cool to just like teach people about Dutch swearing to just have a full stream on that. You just wanted to say it. Honestly valid. Honestly valid. It does have a really nice mouthfeel. Especially because it starts with the ch. And you know, I think like German has a bit of it, but not as much as Dutch does. So yeah, makes sense. You like Dutch people? Cool. No, especially cool because I'm Dutch. Belgians from Wish. Hey, no, look. Belgians are inferior. So if anything, Belgians are Dutch people from Wish. Except if you're talking about the ones from like the French part. But then at that point they're just French because French are already you know. But at least we don't have that many French people on the road. Why do Dutch people sound? I mean, like I would want to go like all offended, like what does that mean? But instead, I'm just genuinely inquisitive because I don't know what you mean. So I would genuinely want some explanation so that I can properly decide how to feel about that statement or about that question, I guess. Dun, dun, dun. In the meantime, it's all going quite well. Yeah. Sorry, repeat it. So, okay. So, what do you mean with that Dutch people sound French? Like in what way? Do you mean like intonation, pronunciation, sounds in the language, attitudes, vocabulary? Like, yeah, sure, we have a few loan words, but sure, that can't be it. Well, it does remind me of this very funny sketch of some guy talking about like going to the supermarket. But before I get to that, I do want you to like elaborate and you know, so that I don't forget and don't get off topic. I mean, not really that there was a main topic anyway, because there's not much to say about, you know, the game itself at some point. Especially when you've already done a run with one of the characters. And then 4 classes for that character. So, you know, there's very little more to say. Oh no, you're not typing like a whole essay kind of message at this point now, are you? Because this reminds me of when people are in Discord and are just typing for 20 minutes. Alright, now we have the Cactus Knight. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering about some of the background sound, I just broke the ice cream stick. Oh, it's not a one-shot anymore. Right then. Ooh. Oh, so that means that with Prince Porky, because that was higher because it reached the dodge, that means we got the critical, I think. Probably. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I am getting more and more interested in whatever the answer could be the longer this goes on. Like, it's also like these levels aren't even themed after Subway servers. Like, they don't have like trains or anything. It's just kind of goofy. just fully obliterated. I especially like it when you can just take out the stunners in just one go like that. Ah, and the undead, but you're not gonna be an issue now. The reason I said that was because the undead revive after a few turns if there are other enemies still active on the field. So if you've got a single target unit, then there's a limit to the amount of undead enemies you can take out. But if you've got a group unit, then you don't really have that limit. Right, well, seeing as that appears to be taking well, I'll just go and talk about the sketch. About like, well, it's not even. You're back. You had to find a clip to elaborate. Oh no. Oh no. Well, now I am mildly concerned. I mean, like, if it's nothing really inappropriate and if it's just YouTube or something, you can try to send it, but I don't know if I have any auto mod settings blocking it. So, you know, feel free. Oh, it's a Twitch clip. Well, then it should be fine. Yeah. Ah, right, yeah. Uh-huh. Alright, he sounds so French. He's one of your friends, but he is Dutch. Right. Okay. Okami cannot. Let me just check that on. No, it's also asterisk here. So that is a question. I mean, again, it could be moderation settings. Nope, still asterisk. Let me see if I can do something on my end. Switch to non-mod settings, chat filters off, view chat rules. There yeah, you know what, you can just try and do that. Switch to mod settings. Post chat highlights. Huh. Right, yeah, no, I don't know why the clips don't work, sorry. Then I'll open up my Discord. My cord of this. Alright, there you are. And right, in the meantime, I'll just do a little attack. General. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Right, and I will also pause the game. Put it in general. No, that's fine. You know, there's not a whole lot of activity anyway.
So I have to close. I have to close the party, sadly. Damn it! It was nice meeting you all, and I will say goodbye to you all. Jeez, bro.
I mean, so far.
We'll see you all next time, whenever you want us to collab together again and open the gala. It was nice meeting you, Ninja.
Oh yeah, no,
I
not.
take my parting now.
Yeah, okay. Like in the final 20 seconds, I did notice a bit of Frenchness, yeah. Before that, he just really sounded Dutch. Okay, right, let me just turn on the game audio again, and we can continue. But yeah, no, that's... He's born and raised Dutch, yeah, that... But that's not really, or at least like the French part, is not really how I hear Dutch people most of the time. And I do also hear French people from time to time, whether I like it or not. Okay, maybe that's being mean to the French, but yeah, they're the French, so, you know. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Message held. Allow me. Because I too hate the French. I mean, like, at least I don't have any French people in the community yet, as far as I know, at least. And even if I do, then, you know, at least they know it's deserved, so, you know, they should just accept it. Oh, yeah, no, I love that message was held. Not quite not quite the peak comedy of okay twink yep yep, I guess. But it's up there. Yeah, I do really need to like find the time to properly edit that and add a bunch of effects and upload that as a highlight on my channel. Because that was so fucking funny. For context, that was... that just so happened to also be an Angry Birds Epic stream, by the way. But that was one of my friends, also a fanboy, sent a message, because I was talking about stuff, and he sent a message being like, okay twink, yep yep I guess, and then Twitch automod held it. Reason bullying, highlighted word, twink. and that just took me out for 3 minutes. Like the combination of all of that. We accept every sexuality, every gender, any ethnicity, except the French. Yes, so real. You are so real for that. But okay, right. I do need to screenshot that because that is fucking awesome. we okay. But yeah, you know, like you see what I'm talking about. That's also why I didn't like mainly whitelist it. Because it is just really funny when things like that happen. That's also why I'm not too certain on whether I should on what I mean. You know, some people were don't get into spicy territory now. Yeah, it's not that kind of stream, at least right now. But yeah, right. What was I saying? Ah yes, okay. So the match got held. Really funny. I had to laugh for like 3 minutes and recover. And yeah, you know, no, but you know, like I just try to prevent it. So if I'm seeing like indication that the topic might shift that way, you know, I just give like a heads up, you know. Then, you know, instead of like just letting it be, and then like shut up. Shut up. Okay. Well, okay. Not in the gonna be freaky kind of way, but in the oh hey, it might actually end up being a legitimate topic of discussion where we can just be serious about it. You know. Okay. So that's why I said at least not now. Okay. Don't get the wrong idea. But yeah. Anyways, the fact that the message being held was so funny is the reason that I did not whitelist the word, because well, it happened again, which again was a little funny. And sorry, I should really put this ice cream stick away so I don't keep fidgeting with it and making random noise that the mic picks up. And that's also why I still have my doubts about whitelisting. I mean VIPing that friend, because I unlocked VIP a little while ago, which was really cool. I think 2 weeks ago. And it's very nice. And now I could, of course, VIP him because I trust him. He's a friend. I know he's not going to do any weird stuff. But on the other hand, it is still funny if a message gets held for entirely innocent reasons at just the right moment in a way that is just really, really funny. Because at the end of the day, that's what your streams are about, of course. Just having fun and just enjoy. You're taking a break for a bit, or you're doing something. That's entirely fine. Again, like I said before, I'm chill. I just appreciate people being here. Even if they lurk. If they want to be a bit more active, that's especially appreciated. But at the end, I want to be a no pressure, not just low, but no pressure kind of space and a community. Where someone can just relax and, forget about worries or just, be entertained for a bit. And that's what it's all about. And in the meantime, we are progressing quite nicely throughout the game, I do have to say. Maybe like that thing? Alright, nice. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 down. Dun 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 down. Dun dun. You're back cool. Yeah. So as I was saying, the fact that messages being held can be kind of funny is the reason that I didn't whitelist, and that I also didn't VIP that friend. Now, even though I did unlock the VIP badges. You're generally a very spicy person, but you'll hold your. That's really nice. That's nice of you. Yeah, I do occasionally make that kind of jokes, but especially now because I don't have that much of a community yet. I keep things a little stricter, so that once there is sort of basis, that's not oh, your streamer group's called Goonerbacks. Oh my god. But yeah. I keep things a little stricter now until I've got a bit of a community built up, so that a vibe is established properly, and only then I can loosen things up a little. But if I do that now, then you run the risk of things going a bit further than you want. No, because there's like really a limit to how I want it, and it's also really just in like the joke context or actual like legitimate discussion. Yeah. Okay, and that's very nice of you. That's very cool. You know, it's a bit better than the guy whose first message was that with some ribs being removed, he could do what he wished to do for his entire life. You know, that was an instant ban. Like not even not even saying anything about it at the moment. You know, that was just click, gone, and back to the game. What does my favorite kind of train have to do with this? Or I just saying random Dutch words again? But yeah, oh, I do love steams. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have like a wooden train version. I like the toy kind, you know, those wooden rails, and you can just build up your whole thing. But it's also not like actual models, so you don't have to worry about like being gentle with them. And yeah, one of them is the first, or one of the first, steam trains in the Netherlands, which is really cool. You know, I bought it at the National Railway Museum in Utrecht. Oh, it sounds so weird saying like Dutch place names in an English way. But also, like, if you're speaking in an English sentence, then saying it all Dutch also feels weird, because then you suddenly go Utrecht, and that also doesn't seem like it matches. I think the steamers are cool, especially how they sound. Yeah, I just really like the look of a lot of steamers, especially if they're mainly black and their highlights, you know what I mean, are red. Then, I eat that shit up. Like hell yeah. You're more of a. In what way, huh? No, I'll give you benefit of the doubt that it's just historical context and how impressive and how impressive like technological advancements are, or different strategic things. Yeah, you know. Look, it was just such a good opportunity to be like, hey, hold up, what did he say? but don't worry about it. I know you mean in just a normal way. You're German, but you're not that German. I mean, that's one way to put it, I guess. Yes, speaking of German, there are a few like German phrases that I just throw in randomly in Dutch. You know, especially when for example I'm giving directions or I'm describing a route. You know, I'll just be like, ja, kijk, hier moet je naar links en dan is het daar even de tweede rechts. En van daar is het gewoon immer geradeaus en dan zie je het wel. You know, and with that I just mean that, you know, like, okay, you take the left, then you take the second right, and then from there you just go straight. But you know, that part isn't Dutch, you know, it's German. But, you know, it's something that you just like. Yeah, but you know, like someone else might be listening, and it's also just to illustrate the point. But yeah, and then it's like you just sort of absorb that into your vocabulary. You know, and I'm pretty sure there's like a handful of other things, but I can't really think of any at the moment. I mean, like, barring certain historical phrases that we know. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of the time, like, Dutch people actually understand Imerkerade aus, even if it's not at all similar to, like, the Dutch phrase van, oh, ja, dan ga je naar rechtdoor, or something like that. You know? So it's kind of interesting how that's sort of absorbed into the language as a whole. Like occasionally someone is like, wait, what? But most of the time they understand. And you are saying being a no, I'm just saying don't be too spicy. A little spicy is cool. And also in that case I meant spicy and specifically the lewd way. But also, you know, like politically, I do really like offensive jokes, but I also like tone it down a little bit on stream. Yeah, like I keep things a little milder here. Hey, I merely mentioned them. I didn't name or say any of them, or even get into detail about the exact time period it was. So, you know, that's like, it's like indirect enough. So then I think like, okay, you know, that's an acceptable level of joke. But for example, well, no, I couldn't give an example because then it wouldn't be within the acceptable range anymore. You know, that's how that works. But yeah, trains. Oh yes, right. There was something else with trains. Oh, yeah, right. So in that train museum, there's also this really cool simulator game, which, you know, it has like the goofiest story ever, and mediocre acting, but it's really fun. You know, because the premise is, oh, you're at a museum, and you get to go on a little ride on a steam train, steam locomotive, and then suddenly lightning hits the track in front of you, and a portal to the past gets opened, and then you're suddenly in a different train on a different track, and then you teleport a few more times to different settings, and then suddenly you're in like a whole futuristic neon setting, like a train that's hanging from the rails or just almost straight up flying. And then suddenly, whoa, you're back at the normal place, and the way the person that's guiding the tour talks about it implies that this is like a semi-regular occurrence, which is really goofy. Like, why are you so chill about this? Why do you know about this? And if you do know about this, why are you still doing these tours? Yeah. Oh, and I also like these green trains, where then one set of wheels is just a whole lot larger than the rest of the wheels. There's something really cool and like impressive about them. Sorry, what part was the about? Because I like just happened to like switch to a slightly different thing in like the reasonable time frame and stream delay and whatever. Yeah. Yes, specifically this sort of dark green with gold highlights. And also, just so you know, I barely remember trains by like model or name. I'm just like, ooh, I like this vibe, and that's what I remember. But yeah, oh, you found it? Yeah, I think there's also one train in Thomas that is based on that kind of design. So yeah, I just think like that one's also really cool. Oh, and I also really like the. Are you gonna fall asleep soon? Oh, that's fine, especially for German. Then, if you gotta get up early, or if you just have a bit of an earlier sleeping schedule, then that makes perfect sense, right? Like you shouldn't stay up more than you should. You should just take care of your health. That's good. Because time zones. Because you're in the same time zone, and I see what time it is here. Okay. Right. So that's how that works. Right? Because the world, contrary to popular belief, the world is round. Which means that to have a bit of an idea of how the days run, the world is divided into these like north to south strips. You worked 8 hours, then went to the gym for 2.5, and then did work at home. Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, no, I do not have the capacity for that. I mean, like I do like my daily exercise, but not like actual gymming. Like that's way too much. But if you manage, then hey, that's cool. But it also makes sense that you would need a bit more rest then. Because yeah, then there's also more physical exhaustion, and only 3 times a week. Yeah, right. Then always good to stay in shape, Like whether that's by a gym or just doing exercise yourself. Like even if you don't do exercise, just going outside and going for like walks is already better than what a lot of people do. So I think it's really cool that you take care of yourself. There is actually a here gym, or at least you suspect it. Ah, okay. Do you have any reasons to suspect that, or is it just like a random vibe, just like your brain waves just randomly pick up on something? And also, would you be interested in them? your very own fanboy radar for someone who doesn't care about fanboys. No, one of those superpowers that are useless for the person that has them. No, that's another thing I'm fidgeting with now. Yeah, I really should stop doing that. I didn't say that. You said that by following someone you wouldn't care if they're a fanboy or not. Oh, okay. So it's only for following on Twitch that you don't care, but in real life you love them. Okay. And do you mean just like platonically, or are you kind of gay? Or maybe you're a girl actually. Like I don't think I ever got your gender. Oh, a bunch of undead, but fortunately with the crowd control unit we don't have to worry about that one bit. I don't think anyone at my uni knows. Like I'm not too obvious about it, and I only wore the pin, you know, the one that's on my model, a few times. And well, you know, like if they know, they clearly don't care. So no, because if they did, then of course, you know, that would have heard about it for better or worse. Alright, you're a man and you're bisexual, so you're interested in femboys. Yeah, like what's the femboy standard, huh? Sorry. Well, oh my god, sorry. Words. The bi standard is, from what I have picked up over the years, generally femboys and tomboys. like that's the most stereotypical interests of bi people. Now you suspect it because the person has long hair, and this feminine boy. Yeah, okay. There's really not much of a better way to say that, is there? But then again, their face looks a little manly. You actually like. Oh. Mm-hmm. You like your wine aged fine. Yeah, fair enough. And what about the guys you like then, huh? Like do you also want them in that range? Yeah, you know, that's fair enough. Like, well, like I don't know, like middle aged, I'm guessing then, for the girls at least. But for the guys, like, does that differ? Is it the same? Ah, right. Yeah, well, I mean, like preferences can of course differ between genders, I guess. I wouldn't exactly know because there's only one gender I'm interested in, which may come as a shock to you. Because like some people think like being femboy is also related to your sexuality, but like, you know, I'm just straight, so that's that. Oh, speaking of, like if you don't mind me asking, what kind of features of my design did you like did stand out to you? And because you mentioned that you liked the design, so yeah, would like to know. Would be neat. Well, you know, like you said, you said earlier. Let me just scroll up. Yeah. Alright, War, Twink, French, Okami, Belgians, Feature. Okay. But because you looked cool. Those are your exact words. So, you know? I'm curious about like what were the exact features, or if it was really just the whole thing and how it all combined together. You know, like sometimes it's just that. But it looked cool. You didn't only mean the outside. Oh, you mean that I seemed cool from the way I responded? Ah, yeah, okay. You think my model looks pretty cool? Ah, okay, right. Yeah, see, like with a word like look, then my immediate connotation is specifically, the appearance, like the visuals. But with things like seem or even appear, then it's more like, okay, right, that could also have to do with attitudes or the way they speak or the way they say things. Also, you really like my voice with a double really there, huh? That's funny because you're like the third person or so to say that, and it always surprises me, if not baffles me, because like I genuinely have no clue what's nice about my voice. But that's also because I'm the one in this body, and it's pretty common for people to not really like their own voice. So that makes sense. But I do like that you like my voice, because that makes someone. You're generally a sucker for voices. For example, your voice is really soothing. Soothing. I like that. Like one other person said something like it was relaxing, and someone else also said something along those lines. So it's not just liking, but it's also like calming in some way, which is really interesting because I have like no clue how it would be like that. It doesn't really feel like one of the, well, at least the ones where you see like clips or something and it's like, oh, this very obviously like one type of voice, and from what I've seen and what's seen, like the calming or smooth category, like things like that, I don't think it's ever been really similar to mine. But it's also like, of course, the archetypical ones, so naturally there's going to be a bit more variation. You can never hear your voice the same as others can. Yeah. Like even with a recording, then there's still the mental thing, like, oh hey, this is me. So then you're still gonna have a different attitude towards it. Ooh, nice critical. But yeah, I appreciate that. That's nice. Ooh, and we're already at the third castle, and have already defeated the boss. So I also really appreciate that you gave me a bunch of conversation topics and things to talk about. That's always nice, especially as a smaller streamer, because then you really have to carry a lot yourself if there's no chatters. So yeah, it's always really cool if someone is just talking about stuff. It doesn't even really matter the topic, just that there's something to talk about. And now if the game, for example, has a lot going on to comment on, then okay, that helps. But if it doesn't, like here, then it's a bit more difficult, because then you really need to like think of things, or because even just narration wouldn't cut it at that point. Oh, I am good company. That's very nice to hear. You are good company as well, and you're really cool. Yeah, and I do always want to like show my appreciation to people. Like if they're just here chilling. And I also, thank people at the end of stream. Even if there wasn't any chat, because even just someone being present is still is still nice, you know, like potentially there's someone that took the time out of their day. So yeah, and then of course if there's like active chat, or if they say nice things, or for example if they make fan art, you know, which I got one of. Just out of curiosity, you said you're not openly a fanboy. Do you hide it though, or why is that? Well, I mean, I don't exactly hide it, but you know, I also don't go out in like actual feminine clothes and stuff. You know, but like if someone was just to ask me straight up, then you know, I would say it. So yeah. You know, and that's also, you know, like yeah, there's just reasons and stuff, you know. But for example, like on Comic Con, I once went in a maid dress, because then it's like, oh hey, actually a setting where that's more, you know, fine. And I do also like at least once want to actually go as, you know, my design. Have we made this happen? Remember, I am straight, so even though you're really nice, you got no shot. But yeah, you know, I even made a drawing of that. You know, you can find that in the art channels. I mean, like, not necessarily of like me going to Comic Con, but just, you know, my design, but then in a maid dress. Look! You said, "Is this heaven?" So, you know, I was just like, just in case. Oh no, that's all the way around. We already did that level. Okay, so now we can move through here, which is really cool. Yeah, you're happily taken? Oh, okay. That's neat. Now, like I thought like with the way you were talking about your preferences, that you were still you won't hit on me. Very much appreciated. Like people that actually hit on streamers. That's also like you barely even know them, you know. And like there's the parasocial thing, but you know, especially if it's like early on in like being present in the community, it's like yeah. What's up with that? Yeah, you've known me since like 2 streams. Yeah, no, exactly. Oh, water. But yeah, you're happily taken. But yeah, so I made a drawing of my design in maid dress. I mean, it does kind of lose a lot of the unique features then, because then it's just a Fox fanboy. But you know, that's kind of what happens when you do old outfits, or at least like do drawings like that. You know, like as long as I know that the way I drew it was me, then that's enough. Mm-hmm. Right, okay, that's a nice move. Also, not even a wave battle, so that's pretty cool and quick. Then. Oh, you're so glad you're free tomorrow? Yeah, from what I like heard about your work, and especially if it's like construction, then oh, I think you have deserved a bit of rest. Yeah, there are a few more drawings that I'm planning to do, if like myself in like different themes or outfits. Holiday, yeah. Holiday 14 of May. Huh. It's like a national holiday, or just you going on holiday, or like just having asked a day off. Oh, national. Oh, well, what holiday would that be then? I don't know. Let's see. Like maybe my calendar says something. Yeah. Oh right, Ascension. Yeah, Jesus going up to heaven. Yeah, the way I track national holidays, well, other than something like Christmas, is the fact that I don't have school that day. You're not Christian, so well. Again, like the only way I track holidays is, oh, I don't have to go to school. But no, I am. I'm not Christian. I'm Pastafarian, but also like very casually so. But also do think it's fine if people have their own religion. It's only when people are like converters, you know, like they just try to force their religion on you, that then I have an issue. But you know, if it's just like, hey, they have that belief and they let you do your thing, then I'm chill. Pastafarian is the belief in the flying spaghetti monster. Yeah, I know how it sounds. Understandable response. A very understandable response. Now let's see how Chuck will do against this one. Well, as long as it's not to believe in loving the French. Yeah. Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? Like, just imagine something like that. Like, that would low-key be insane. You know, though I do love like some food items, I guess, but definitely not the concept of French. You're yawning much. Well, you know, you can go to bed if you need to, of course. And if you're sort of like me, that you want like something to fall asleep to, then I guess you can just have the stream on your phone at like a low volume, so it's like background. You know, especially since you said it was my voice was nice. So hey, you know, it might actually help. But also, if you don't have that way you go to sleep, you know, just do whatever works for you, and which allows you to just get the sleep you need and be healthy. And then I am almost done with this section of the game. you know, and for the single target units, you know, such as a red, then this is also where I would end the stream because it takes so much longer to get there in the first place. I mean, like not Lullaby, but well, at least like with Lullaby, then I really have like this sort of image of like, oh, that I want kind of specific type of song, and this is more just like, I don't know, white noise or something like that, I guess. You know, like I'm not gonna sing you any bedtime songs. No, I'll just be talking and saying stuff and just being like this. Yeah, like personally, I don't really go to sleep with like stuff on the background. It's more that I just, you know, watch something until I almost start dozing off, or you know, I start to feel really tired. And kind of a bit calm, and then I'm like, okay, no, we stop it here, and then I turn off my phone and I roll around to face the other direction in bed, and then I go to sleep. You're going to sleep now. Don't stay up too late, okay? But I do think I should be able to finish around midnight, and after that you know, I won't be doing too much. I'll probably just, like, you know, brush my teeth, do like the basic, oh hey, prep for sleep things. So, you know, it should be fine. Yeah. And I do also like try to get my 8 hours a day. No, but with Chuck, you know, it's, I've already done a stream with him, so bye bye. So I also know like roughly how fast it should progress. So that then that also helps me to estimate like how long it would be. Okay, hey, good night, rest well, take care, and also hope to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. In the meantime, I will still be continuing with my gameplay. You're gonna have a... Oh, okay, that was a little freaky, bro. Like, I'm no offense. You know, we all have our own interests, but good for you. Good for you. How about that? You're kidding. You're kidding. Yeah. Sure. Keep telling yourself that. You know, like if you're gonna give me an opportunity like that, then I will make fun of you. Well, it's alright because like it's only suggestive and it doesn't say like anything you know want to potentially do with that. So, you know, like that's roughly the line. You know, like that message there. And also, like, if it isn't, I know you now, and also know that you're like just like a legitimate user here. So then, you know, I'll just give like a warning or just remove the message and be like, oh hey, you know, for future reference, yada yada yada. Okay, you won't say anything lewd or anything, yeah. No, like basically, if you want to like get a better ID, you know, just hang about, see like the sort of level, like my jokes and remarks are at, and you can sort of like calibrate based off that. And again, like if there's any issue, then you'll know, you know. Not like unless you do something absolutely ridiculous, you don't have to worry about being banned or something. Down. Well, basically just act in good faith and you're gonna be fine. You know, that seems to be a very, very cool approach. You're a streamer yourself. You're not dumb. Yeah, I did notice you were a streamer yourself. But that does not necessarily mean that the second part holds up as well. You know, because there's plenty of streamers out there. Like sure, they figured out how to how to turn on OBS, but they're still pretty dumb. Being very respectful there, but it's the truth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, good night, Raven. Don't worry, and you know you'll be able to see me in the next one, maybe. I have my streams in like my physical calendar with like other things I want to do, you know, like school and events and whatever. No, I stream, but I mean I already knew I wouldn't be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming Saturday, 1400 Amsterdam time, and it will be another teardown stream. And it's probably going to be really tricky to do that mission, or at least to like 100% it. But I definitely want to find a way. You know, like there must be a way. So I will be looking. I will be looking for a way. You'll try to be there, yeah. You know, it would be really nice, but also, like if you can't be there, no worries. No, I understand that you've got lives. Yeah, okay. Sweet dreams, you too. Good night, bro. Good night. Bye bye. Yeah, I love how you were like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep soon, and then you stayed around for quite a bit, and like, okay, I'm gonna go now, and they did a little bit more convo, and then like, okay, now I'm really gonna go. Maybe you just like my presence. Oh, it's legally distinct Mario again. Oh, and he just has a bit too much health. That's a shame. Okay, that means we're gonna have to start using that chili to like open levels from now on. Kind of no bueno, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, more legally distinct Mario. Wow. There, that's 2 shots. And also nice critical. But this one is still gonna be another turn. And like so. And then okay. And coins. Hell yeah. I love my coins. Oh, now also crit. I mean, not that it matters because we still have to do another attack, and that also would have taken that other one out anyway. But yeah, you know, it's about the idea of the thing. Din din din. Din 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 din. Din 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 din. Din 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 din. Din 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 Oh right. I just realized that I forgot to remove the "I won't be streaming for a while" thing from my Twitch about section. So I should probably do that like after stream. And place this like something else. You know, either the nothing going on or the no. I'm gonna wait just a few more days with saying whatever else there would be. Din din din. Din 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 din. Din 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 din. Din 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 din. Din din din. Din 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 din. Din din din. Din 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 din. Oh hey, that was the single shot, nice. But I think only because of the critical. Like I don't think it would have managed without. At least I think the 4-man was the one that took the critical hit. Sure, it looked like it at least. And I should also like publish a few more of the VODs on my YouTube. Now that I got the stuff. Well, yes, great work, Hoover. Now that I've got stuff, I mean, like, you know, there's a few. You know, I export them to YouTube, but I still need to like fix the description, title, it's in the right category. Really, that's another one of those where it's like, oh, hey, if he was just like one level higher, or well, one mastery higher, that would have taken him out. Oh well, I noticed that I am starting to get a bit tired now myself. Well, fortunately, we have ice. And let's see, it's ice, forest, sea, city, mountain, and barring ice, they're all pretty quick sections, I believe. Especially because, you know, there's not really much room for like different strategy here due to the nature of the ally ability. Which also means that you also save time on not having to try different things there. So that's pretty neat. Right, let's do the main route and then do the side track. Canyonland. But first another advertisement. Oh really? A bouncy headshot? Sorry about that. Jesus. That's not even a normal sore throat thing. That's just like an actual irritation that suddenly just boom, hello, bonjour. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, can it? Okay, it can just about load. You know, like I was starting to get a little worried. Like, oh wow, oh, who could that be? And attack. Yeah, okay, and we can't single shot, so yeah, from now on it's definitely just use the chili. You know, and that's when you know the levels get serious. I mean, not really, because you can still very easily take them all out. You know, generally. So if it takes like more than 5 hits usually, then oh hey, maybe it's an enemy that then also does a lot of damage, and then well, before you know it, you are entirely screwed. You know, like with the one on the in the Cobalt Plateaus behind the red gate. Like that one is pretty high level. Yes, sorry, I don't have a whole lot to say about the game at this point, so I just like start singing along to the tune, or whatever sing along is for an instrumental. Okay, another resource spot, but nothing over there right now. Right meow? Yeah, right meow? I don't know, I'm just saying stuff now. Wee, okay, attack. Attack! Yeah. Nice. Ooh, maybe I should like sit up a bit straighter to like, I don't know, be a bit more like alert and awake. Probably helps. It's kind of counterintuitive when you're like on your phone. Because if you didn't know, this is like directly from my phone. I mean, like most games, of course, I just got them on my computer. But this one is a mobile game. And it's on my phone. Like if I would have gone for some sort of emulated version, then I also definitely would have gone for an ad-free version. But alas, I didn't, so we still have the ads. Haha, night taken out. Take that. Step. Take that, step. That's incredibly cringe and stupid. Oh my god. That's about the words. Hee. Woo. Oh. Okay, so minus 413, that would make like 20 something, 25. Right, yes, no, because then it would be 428, 425, minus 4 makes 25, 25. Ah, yes, the scariest wave in all of the game. Bombs that do fuck all. Like it's literally just a waste of a wave because not even like they buffed up the previous wave or anything to like comparatively. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, no, it's weak now, and that's it. Simple as that. Good, cool, I guess. Wow. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Oh, hey, you know, single shot. Hell yeah. No, only because of the critical though, but even then, still pretty neat, pretty solid. Ha 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 ha. Dun, 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 dun. Islands in the sky. Which I think is kind of funny because I think they're all like ground levels. So, you know, islands in the sky when it's like ground levels. It just feels a bit goofy. Dun, dun, dun. Like I'm certain that there was some reason for that. And there was someone that thought very hard about it. But maybe they should have thought just a little harder. Sorry, yeah, my nose just suddenly was like, oh hey, you're gonna sneeze now. And then I try to prevent that, and so far successful. But who knows, maybe it will suddenly like come back with a vengeance and just freaking knock me over or something. Mm-hmm. And then do that. And then we start. Well, just attack then. No, I forgot I had to do, of course, that. What's it called? Right, the chili, the rage ability. Ah, well, it happens, Nothing to worry about. And we also got to remember that we do this like side track now. No, we'll just do this real quick. No, should just be a quick rage and boom. And then just forest, sea, city, mountain. And yeah, the mountain will, of course, have this one long level. But other than that, we should be cool. Keyword being should. I don't know how like he's gonna fare against Whispig, because then he might take out the zombies, and then, you know, Whispig is still there. But who knows? Oh, and then this one suddenly manages with one. But isn't this like strip supposed to be like higher level? So what's the logic there? I don't know. I can't be bothered to like worry about that and actually check that out. No, I just roll with it. just progress like we do now. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, yes. Now maybe I should talk a little bit about like what I did today. So you know, like I worked on this. Oh wow, the graphics are all glitched. Hopefully it's fine once we enter the level. Okay, cool. So yeah, today I worked on a little project for school, you know, an essay. And like it wasn't too bad, but it's still you know, like I was like expecting this part of it, like the part I plan to do, to only take like 3 hours, and then it ended up taking 5 because it was a bit trickier than I thought it was. And also I was struggling a bit with like deciding to cite, because like, okay, is this common knowledge or not? Right, so then I was like, okay, well, this is definitely common knowledge. This might be common knowledge. So then there was only one thing that I actually had to cite, because, okay, you know, like historical fact, probably not that common knowledge. At least like this specific historical fact that was relevant for like illustrating some point. So then I did cite that one. But you know, the other two, I like one of them maybe a push, but one of them was like, yeah, okay, no, that's actually properly common knowledge. So, you know, should be fine. Because I couldn't just find a reputable source that is straight up said outright, oh, so and so is so. Yeah. So then I just kind of gave up on that and was like, oh right, common knowledge, I don't need to cite that. You know, yeah, sure, the game is slightly falling apart. But it seems that as long as we just press the right spots, it still works. You know, so far I trust it. You know, and like if it crashes, then you know it crashes. You know, we'll see. We'll see. And then here we take this. And indeed it takes multiple hits, so it was the right choice to activate the chili. Okay, but now even the reward wheel was starting to freak out. So that's something. Oh. Oops. Ah, well, so far so good. So, like, is this my own screen? Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I did adjust that. Cool. At least, like, the computer screen. Okay, and then here we just do the chili. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Not even the full 5. Heck yeah. You know, like, that's what we're talking about. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. The game is just mildly falling apart. But as long as it's still playable, we just keep going. Oh, right, let's see. Oh, marksman, rogues, samurai, cannoneer, priestess, avenger, and we definitely don't want much of those others. Okay, so now we do this. And okay, it works. Cool. So it seems that the trigger points are all still on the same place as they should be. Okay, that one takes 2 hits. Good to know, good to know. Also remember, I can just tap the bird. I don't have to drag to a specific enemy. Well, these ones should all be weaker now. Yeah, cool. And then one more. And that one probably takes more hits. So we just do that real quick. Oh, and it was a crit, so we didn't even have to. Magnifique. Or whatever. I don't know. All I know is that we just keep going until something breaks. It's like property breaks. Dun, 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 dun. Because like when you're in the level, it's all fine, and when you're on the map, it's fine. It's only once you're like in the selection menu that's all just a little or just a little messed up. But nothing we can't handle. Now like here it's like, okay, it's slightly glitchy, but it's not even really messed up, you know? Right, then we go here. And I think we quickly do like those 2 levels because it's like very minimal. And then we do like the full proper upwards range. Now it's just, you know, like a bit of south and then you go north. Oh, now it's also glitching within the level. Okay, noted. Okay, so maybe this is the point to then restart the game. Wait, how much health do you have? Ah, that much health. Literally 1. Oh my god. Bro is unbelievable. Yes, sir. But like, if you do 1 health, then you deserve to get like the rage ability. Okay, now it's like actually affecting the whole menus. But the map is gonna be fine, right? 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 Okay, so there's this thing and then there's like whatever's past the gate. So that's like a pretty cool point to stop. Well, at least to like try and restart the game. Yeah? Like we're still early enough to you know, still to keep playing because it only takes a few minutes. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It was like, it shows the map and then it's like, oh no, actually we gotta load again. Yes, 1, 2, and it's so good. See, at least the loading screen is fine. Oh, and this also is like one of the more normal glitchy battles. Like that one just acts like it should. Oh, and only now it's like really glitchy when there's a lot of moving. I wonder like what those random codes mean. Because like sometimes it's just like, you know, random textures of things that are already there. Like that looks a little German. Like, bro, this is just like it's showing part of the whole texture sheet. All right. And yeah, okay, give me a minute. Okay, close all. And open up again. And close the advertisement. And there we go. And then we can continue our work through the forest. Now, like the glitchiness of Svenwald was light, but then even if like everything technically still worked, it just became a bit much. Yeah. Oh damn, that's a big brute. I think it took like all 5 hits to actually go down. So that is mildly concerning. Oh well. Ah, fuck. Just bear with me as I put on my headphones again. Well, attempt to do so at least. Yeah. Nice. And then we continue playing as we should. And let me guess, he's gonna knock us out. Oh well, not too bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. Ooh. Oh, that was actually pretty bad. But we still just about made it. Like one more attack from them and we would have been slightly fucked. But fortunately we didn't get to that point, and so we actually managed just fine. Friendship essence is used to reroll stuff. Yes, I know. Like at this point in the game, if you don't know, then I mean it's not really a core mechanic, I guess, so it doesn't really matter. You know, it's barely even relevant. Especially because in most cases you can just replay the level. I guess like with like a really difficult boss, maybe you'd want to reroll just to have that main treasure for the first clear. Or not even for subsequent clears, it's a decent reward still. But other than that, it's just whatever, you know? It's just whatever. There's this really annoying bit of skin on my thumb. It's like slightly peeling-ish. But I kind of like need another hand free to deal with that. So you know that's a bit of a thing. Maybe I can do that now. Just real quick. Let's see. Yeah, nice. Cool, so that's dealt with. And then bam. But of course the captain is gonna be a bit tougher. Not to worry though. Because even though he's gonna do a summon, it's gonna be a weak one. which we can take out right away. Hopefully alongside. Nope, not quite. But now it is. And this is also like one of the more high level things, so honestly, like expected performance. Expecto Patronum. No. Expected performance. How about that? Alrighty. So now, now we go to the level before the Friendship Gate, and after the Friendship Gate, that's when things really pick up. Because Friendship Gates tend to also be some sort of challenge level, even if not too bad, it's just still a little higher. And if that's then already after a red gate, then that means it's higher than what's already way higher. So then, you know, there's gonna be like that one level, the one with the masked pygmies. Oh, that one. Like, even when you first got there, it was, well, it required a bit of strategy, but you know, like you got 3 birds and you can synergize. And it's also like, yeah, I think it only targets one. Only it's like, again, you can do way more damage, so like you're gonna be fine. But yeah, like doing it single, oh, you are kinda doomed. Ooh, not good. Well, as long as we survive this one hit, we're gonna be fine. Oh, we're gonna be so fine. Like, I really thought that was gonna be something, and then it wasn't. Dun. And then we just spin the wheel, we get our rewards, we go and have fun and whatever. And then we get to like the actual true levels. Like we're gonna we're gonna fight. A stupid advertisement for the slop rovio. Yeah, well, hopefully this takes them out. At least one of them. Because that's generally the issue here, like that they synergize with each other. You know, if you break that ahead of time, then it's gonna be fine. Like both of them are fine on their own. It's just that like when they both heal each other, and one of them also like weakens your attacks, you're gonna be you're gonna be kind of fucked, you know. Because then they heal more than the damage you can do, and that is kinda not what you want. Oh, it's only one wave. Ah, that's gonna be fine then, because you know, at worst it's just a brute that's there. But you know, could do like one attack. Oh no, never mind. He can do no attack. So you know, we're fine. We're chill. You're cool. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Oh, is it this one or is it like the one on? Oh, it's already on the docks. Okay, so it's this one definitely. Oi, aye. Ah well. Alright. So we do our attacks. And we are super duper fucked. Like it's not even funny. Also, again, like with others, you might be able to like hold your attacks to then prevent the chili building up. Oh, never mind. It just took us out. But then, yeah, like with this unit, you always attack, right? But okay, so the two that stop most of our units. I can add that to the Excel file. And this one, it acts all powerful, but in reality, it's gonna be a really weak battle. You know, like I think they genuinely just misnumbered it. Like sometimes the power numbers don't make any sense, like whatsoever. Oh well. We made it. That is the forest done already. Did you know that? Yeah. Ooh, hello game. Why do you zoom out so much? Okay, then we do the sea. And from the sea we go to the barrows, then the main city. And last but not least, the mountain. Ooh. I wonder how Chuck will perform in mouthful. Actually, like that's gonna actually be pretty interesting to see. Pretty interesting indeed. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, come on game. Just work with me here. Just take out the units. Like so. Very nice. Very cool. Knew we could do it. Oh, seriously? Like 51 health. Well, at least it's something and not like literally just one. So it's better than some others. Cough cough. Okay, okay. This is going like nicely. We are managing somehow, which I think is really cool. Yeah, also for that like level with the pygmy with the mask. Even if we went for normal attack instead of the chili to like then slow down. No, like yeah, see, then we would take more damage right at that moment already. And even if we would be able to like survive the big first onslaught, seeing like the amount of health it still had, there is simply no way. There is simply no way that would that we could even get close to taking that out, because it had so much left. So much. Like it's ridiculous basically. No, okay. I'm noticing that I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to lose focus a little bit. But that's not too bad with how far we are already. So I'll just keep like so again, air pirate in the underwater level. Like ground level is one thing, but underwater, seriously, are you kidding me? Are you? Oh, that reminds me of this guy on YouTube. I actually downloaded it even. Who did like the song "You're Beautiful," but well, pretending to be a ground tube. So no, he didn't even use an actual ground tube. No, like he made the sound himself. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, like something like that, but then leaks better. Like he is skilled. He is so skilled. Skilled as hell. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, and also the comments are really funny on that. Like your cat at 3 a.m. or your dog after eating an entire candle. There were probably a bunch more jokes, but I just can't really remember them. I just know that it was like comedic genius, really. Like the people in the comment section, oh, they knew what they were doing. They should become comedians. And like, okay, maybe that's a bit much, but they should definitely use that power to make a bunch of memes. I can tell you that much. They definitely should. Maybe a cup of tea would actually been a good idea. But now to like take the break to go and get a cup of tea, then I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. I probably should have done like in preparation, but you know I was already that late, so I want to minimize the extra time and potential delay. Well, it's fine. It's fine. We manage. We bowl. Because now I also don't want to stop, because then it's like this really short section with one, and then either it would be a short stream, or you know I'd like leave this behind until I do like a final sweep stream for things, or you know it would then be part of a stream where we focus on a different class, so then it all just sort of doesn't really work well together. Yeah. So you know, I just keep pushing. You know, like we manage, and again, the fact that there is no room for strategy really means you don't have to worry about like, oh, doing a level again with a different approach. You know, in case it doesn't succeed. You know, like if it doesn't succeed, then we already know like how it's gonna be. And taken out, just like that. Very well done. A rather shocking approach, I must say, but it was also quite electrifying. You know, and something of lightning, I guess. Or speaking of lightning, I saw this thing while we were researching things, and the caption was like Mjolnir, or like an ember statue of Mjolnir, like Thor's hammer. But it looked like something very different. I won't say what it was, but from the tone of voice you can probably tell. That was not Mjolnir. That was something else. But you know, benefit of the doubt, maybe it like wore down over time, and it just now looks like something else, and maybe originally it was actually Mjolnir. But you know, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh wow, would you look at that? Now all you got is the main city and the mountains. You know, like, we are progressing. Well, there is of course that castle in the city. But again, I think the only worry would really be the final wave. And then, you know, if that doesn't do it, then that doesn't do it. And if it does do it, then it does do it. Something do it. I said do it a whole lot of times. We use this. Maybe a bit overkill, but oh no, never mind. He actually has a ton of health. Cool. Are you gonna summon one? Wait, where? Yeah, but why does it charge for one turn? Because then it's also just like an instant thing. So why does it have a charge at all? That's just goofy. It's just goofy, you know. Like if you want that to be a charge, then make it that it like affects the start of the next turn. Yeah. Oh well, you know, it's at least sort of special level. You know, it does something. And now we enter the city. First, we have a rogue with a lot of money. So we're definitely going to take that, even though we don't need it at this point. I just like the number go up. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. And then we just do 2 attacks to take these out. Oh, are you serious? Literally 2 health? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Well, at least Lightning Bird is leveling up quite decently. Surprisingly. And then this one, you know, again, no crits, so that's a shame. But now that's taken out. You know, you're legally distinct Mario. You're a plumber, or definitely not a plumber. Oh wow. Like, at least that's like sort of a decent game, because it's sort of still similar to the original. But the procedural level thing, it's not my style of playing, you know? So I can acknowledge it's good, but also that I personally don't like it. And you know, I can't say the same for you know, most of Rovio games, because then it's just like, oh no, they're just straight up bad. Oh, hello, Cactus Knight and Wizard. It's kind of funny that they're weaker than the previous levels. I guess like maybe it would still be expected to take a hit, and then it would suddenly end up being stronger. But I also kind of doubt it. I think this is just for like flavor before the battle. You know, before the main battle. And there we go. 1200 power. You. I think here we should probably be fine to just do that. Yes, we're gonna take a hit here, but it's gonna be your best move, I think. And here it should just be 2 hits. So again, would be a good move to actually. Oh no, he's suddenly strong. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oops. Okay, so maybe this was one where to like actually hit the thing. At all. At least here, you know, that their apprentices should be a single hit, so that's cool. And then we just got that guy. Ooh, he powers up. And then he charges his attack. And then, by the time he does that, he's gone. Except he's already gone. Because guess what? He was too slow. And we got a crit. Which meant that we took him out in that 1 turn already. Okay, well this is slightly dicey. But maybe Chili is gonna carry. Maybe Chili is gonna carry. And if not, at least it's pretty quick. Still, surprisingly. Let's see, how many hits are these gonna be? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow, that just took them out. And then we just do 1 normal attack. Well, that was easier than I thought. It's really just a good thing to save the Chili for the final wave, isn't it? Well, at least in this specific level. And maybe if you do it like in the second, you can build it up before the final one. But I don't know. Anyway, we are now officially into the mountain. You know what that means? It is the final part of the challenge. Well, for this class at least. So there we do that, and okay, no, right, they've got health, so remember, Woofer? Use that. Of course you can't use the Chili anymore, because that pokey thing. Yeah, whatever. Remember, Woofer? Use the Chili. Sort of like we suddenly got a few waves where it was like fine to not use the Chili, and then I was like a little confused with it. And then it was also like in the castle, and that was a strategic choice, so whoop. And it's late, so I'm not really alert and like all properly present. I barely know that I'm here streaming and playing this game. Woo. Oh, like I'm really getting like woozy. I remember the time that I called that suited, but that was like. But then I did like constantly like elaborate, like, oh, you know, it's just like lack of sleep or late at night, and it was also like a really long stream that time. You know, it was like when I streamed for like 8 hours, Planet Crafter, I believe. Whew. But yeah, now I do know that, you know, in this case it's woozy because suited generally has like the connotation of, oh hey, there was some sort of illicit substance at play, which, you know, there wasn't. It was just I was simply kind of exhausting myself. Oh, nice. Okay, see, that's the level done. That's what happens when you use the Chili. Bada bing, bada boom, heck yes. That almost sounds like I freaking aspirated the beast there, which, you know, doesn't normally happen because it's a voice sound, and aspiration is for voiceless sounds. Haha, well, at least I still know the stuff I'm studying, so that's cool. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, I really need to, like, write down a bunch of the old codes for a bunch of symbols. You know, for phonetic symbols, also for a handful of other symbols that I want to use for other reasons. You know, just so I got like a quick overview, like physically here, so we don't have to keep looking it up. Oh right, this one is 3 waves. Yeah, it's annoying. Well, at least the healer doesn't heal, and that's our main concern because we want to take that one out. Oh right, of course we can just like tap to attack. Oh wow, okay. Anyway, the necromancer could be a thing. Yeah, you know, no, Woofer. Woofer, you're not gonna make that joke. You're not even gonna get close to that. You're not even gonna imply. Haha. You are missing out, and that's a good thing. You know, I'm sure enough that there's someone that made that joke. And if you don't know what it is, then that's probably just a good thing. Din, 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 din. And yes, I do sometimes refer to myself in the first person like that, specifically when I'm like telling myself something. No, and there are also cases where I just say like, oh, I don't. But generally, like, if it is first person, then I will still do plural. So, you know, like, we're not gonna. You know, it's a funny thing about how I run. Oh, another wave battle. Ah, that's annoying because we're also like heading towards a wave battle. But it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. Because we do the sort of challenge level, and then we have the shield, and then after the shield, it is just the boss, and that boss is gonna be pretty short. You know, if it cooperates, that is. You know, like again, the only concern there is the first wave. My apologies, I probably shouldn't use it. Okay. So we got another wave, another level, then we got mouthful, and then we got shield, followed by castle, of course. Yeah. You know, we did the opening section of the mountain, so that's cool. Oh no, there's 2 levels actually, and it's a wave battle. Yay! Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? But not to worry. No, like what's another minute here or there? It would seem that I would go to sleep at 0:30. Not great, but not terrible either. Like basically, if dinner had been as I had assumed it would be, then you know I would have been asleep at about 12 because then I would have just stayed up a little later to check things or just chill a bit. And well, anyway, I got the morning and afternoon for whatever that would be then. Now, especially because it's gonna be a bit more of a relaxed day. A bit, you know. I'll still have to do quite a lot, but not as much as today. You know, it's also all like a little more spread out across like different things instead of just, oh hey, this one subject got a little lock in. Okay, nice. It's still another wave battle, unfortunately, but we are managing, and that is truly what it is all about at the end of the day. So we just go, and at least we're not being healed. So that that fucker has his powers. But it's still not enough to like postpone by another turn. I therefore plunk gone. Hehe, got him. Just one more. Of course, take the apprentice 1 turn, and then 2 more turns for the rest, unless the power is enough, like getting a single crit. Okay, well it was, but it's kind of pointless if there's still that other enemy, you know? Okay, so now we get to mouthful, which is gonna be interesting, you know, because then for the Excel file we already assume it's not gonna be successful, but we still want to see like how far did we get. Yeah, no, is it wave 1, is it wave 2, is it wave 3? I mean, like wave 1 is a freebie anyway, so you know, really it's like the lowest one is already wave 2, no matter how bad you are. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, we get it. No, it's such a shame, because like it had potential, that game. It did. Much as I hate to admit it, it did. But then, you know, Rovio kind of Rovio'd it. Okay. And you know, we just like for that one first one, you're not gonna want to use your chili, of course. Now here, again, you're not gonna want to use your chili. You're just gonna chill. E. Sorry, I couldn't postpone the opportunity, you know. Then that's gonna revive, and then you're gonna like hit this thing again, and then he's gonna disappear, and then wow, that's the end of things. Woo wee. Boom. Oh damn, not even like sphere or coin. Okay, oh, then we've got Frankie here. That is wave 3. But you know, like he takes some time to build up his attack. So, you know, we can see like how much we really need to. Okay, now actually like 830 is pretty significant if your bird only has like 4,000 more health. So we kind of had to do that. At least I hope the next one isn't gonna be as bad. Oh yeah, no, I think I made the right call here then. Because yeah, see, those ones were just one hit. And then we wait here to like, sort of build up again. And is that it? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Now these ones might actually end up being a bit tricky. Alright, that's 200, and he's also gonna hit. That's gonna be painful. I can tell you that much. But at least he took that one out before he summons, so that's cool. And now, unfortunately, because that one is still around, unless... No? Okay, cool. And that's pretty much just the same as what we would have been like if we just took that first hit and then well. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, pretty neat, pretty neat. And we just do this again. Okay, we got our chili. We got that. Okay, and then I gotta see like how many are left. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is wave 7. Charge 2 turns. Well, you know, if we get like crits, then that's gonna be cool. But we don't, so we're gonna definitely use the chili here to try and give ourselves the best shot we can. At least like move ourselves into wave 8. And then this means wave 8, right? This means wave 8. Yeah. wave 8. Oh, and that's just ghosts. Okay, that's neat. That's pretty neat. No, surely. Surely we're not gonna make it. Surely like wave 9 will be intense. Like surely it's not gonna be this simple, right? Right? There is simply no way. There is simply no way. It is impossible, I would say. Impossible. Ah, no, look, so we're gonna have this one that's gonna hit us. It's also not really that badly, to be honest. Yeah, okay, 800, but by that time we would have also like have the chili once we get to the final wave. So like low key, like okay, yeah, we take this hit, right? But then, you know, that debuff will also be gone. And then that's already the final wave. No, wave 10. Alright, so first thing, we use our chili, get the action going, do what we need to. Now this is where it might end up getting tricky, because he's still got 11,000. And he takes 200 every turn, and might do even more with like attacks. Oh, Mass Leech, that does 1600. Oh, that's gonna be tough. Yeah, okay, we are kind of fucked. Unless he goes for... No, he doesn't even do summons. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, so we can survive one more turn. And 6,000. Well, let's see what this does. Just about, because like 1391 times 5. 1391 times 5. Ah yes, that is 7,000. Okay, let's spin that wheel. Then we close this thing. Wow, and some more coins. Okay, so he just about made it through mouthful. No, exactly one turn away from death. No, no, like if it wouldn't have been the drain, then it would have just been the big attack that would follow. And now it's shield. Oh. Ah. Bye-bye. Alright, so, you know, we just do our chili. And then whatever is left, we just attack. You know, it's not gonna take that long. You know, will we even be able to attack? I think maybe once. But not enough to actually be significant. Because then oh wow, yeah, like normally they would go to buff first, but even without that, you know, save the turn and still couldn't even do a second attack. Almost shameful, really. Almost shameful. Almost sad, but then you realized, ah well, not my problem. I'm just defeating them. I'm destroying them. Ooh, wow. And this is the shield then. Ooh, nice. Half health. Oh, you're gonna do your little thorn shield? Or, you know, like... It's electricity, but you know, like, the effect is like the Minecraft Thorns enchantment, so that's like my frame of reference. And also it didn't work because we dispel. You know, we got a 2 and 3 chance to dispel positive effects. You know, those are some pretty good odds. Dun, dun, dun. Nice, nice. I like this. I like this. Oh wait, the shield only has 5? Wow. I could have sworn it was like 6. But oh, maybe 5 is to like reference the pentagram. Because like demonic Wispig, you know. And then the center one also makes 6, and it's like, oh, 6, 6, 6. Oh. But this one is gonna be a pain. I can already tell. I can already tell that this one is going to be an absolute pain. I also just realized that this is like the single unit where you can actually put auto on and it doesn't really affect things. Except for like multi-wave battles with timing the chili. And then I didn't do that. So that's weird. Of course, the dispellation, hell yeah. Well, that makes this one like also pretty good for this big. And somehow we still got only 2 stars. Damn. They are strict with their stars in this section. Yeah, well, you know, we got our ice, and then we got the ghost, zombie, whatever. And then the big bad evil guy. The BBEG. As D&D players would say it. Which also like only saves 1 syllable. You know, like, which can be worth it. But you know, if it's only 1 out of 5, that's like maybe no, like if something that's 2 or 3 syllables, then bring that down. It's like, okay, yeah, makes sense. But 1 out of 5, like, come on now. Oh, this one actually does some decent damage. Oh damn! Like that brought us faster health. I don't think any of the previous ones did that. So you know, at that point, I'd say, yeah, okay, warranted. Battle ass. No, I don't even think battle ass is the right thing here. Look, in my defense, it is well after midnight. No, I mean, well, it's like 20 minutes after midnight. And I've been streaming for 3 hours already. After, like, having used up my brain juices on, like, actually writing something sensible for uni. So, like, yeah, I'd say, like, yeah, that's an acceptable shortcoming here. Oh, almost there, almost there. Damn, haha, oh, you want to summon? Ah, well, don't think you're gonna get to do that, or at least not to the point where you can actually use that. Oh damn, you heal. Oh, you heal a whole lot. That's why. But not to worry, because guess what? I had got another chili, which means your plans fall apart nonetheless. You did put in a rather good effort, you know. Like if I wouldn't have done it, like if you had like 1,000 more health, you know, and we can only take down 100 more, then you know we might have actually been done for. And now it is time to head into the final boss level. Just do chili and just see how it goes. Probably bad because like he's got so much health, and like now he also doesn't no, have any other things. And the fact that it's like a negative effect on us means that, yeah. I will quickly see if we have any stun, because then, you know, there is potential. Even then we might have to stun him like twice, which is a bit much. Yeah, see, like, we did a thing, yeah? But you still require us to do the coins, so I don't trust that. Right, critical strike. Dispel. I mean, like, this one already dispels, right? So it was better to do critical strike. Well, I guess it's time to put those levels in my Excel. Let's see. ABE, RPG, Reason. Right, Mage. Alright, so here we had Eastern Cobalt 7, Eastern Cobalt, Plateaus 7, Star. Sorry, what? Oh, red shot. Okay, I see what happened there. And also then corrected other one. Red Giant Valley 5 and Wispig's Castle. Well, and all of them are strength, so I can just copy paste that one, just like a list of 3 levels are strength, which, you know, was what happened in the previous one. It's funny how it was that mouthful was what the previous one couldn't do, but then Wispig's Castle he could do. And then here, let me also just like fix the lines, so top border like that, and then right, lightning bird. I do like how it's like birds separately, as if like we didn't know it was already a bird. For these I should probably do like bottom border, and here like a thick border. Thick bottom. Hehe. Funny. Wow, I have such a bad sense of humor. I am so sorry, bros. But yeah, we have that. I think yeah, I think that is then a good moment to wish you good night and say see you in the next one. Goodbye.